Hallo, ich bin Ernest Lauer. I am one of Bruce's great-uncles and the oldest son of Johannes, or Reverend John Lauer as most Americans called my dad. I was born in Germany about 2 years before my parents left on the steamship Fulda to cross the Atlantic. This Lauer book is part of a series of 8 books, which my grandnephew hopes to research and compile, over the next 8 to 10 years. 4 of these books will be about Bruce's mother's family site, which is of German descent. This first family history book is about my father Reverend John Lauer, who was born in Bavaria in southern Germany. The second book will be about Mary Ann's maternal grandmutter Dina Johanna de Boer, who married into the Yelkin family from Macon, Nebraska. Bruce's great-grandmother Dina was born in eastern Frisia in northern Germany, not so far from the North Sea. She left Germany at age 17, in 1890 on the steamship Lan, and first settled Nebraska with other relatives. Each of the 4 bilingual family books will have a similar graphic layout which I wish to explain to you. The families of the Lauers, de Boers, Yelkins and Ces all have distant cousins in Germany. This is why Bruce chose to compile these 4 books in English and in the German language. The Lauer book has already been given to the distant cousins in Tübingen and Nuremberg, Germany. On the left side of each double-page spread is the English part of the book, the right side is then always in German. Photos, documents, maps and other charts are located on both sides of the book. All of the captions, chapter titles and subtitles are only in English. This just happens to be page 60, where my personal story begins. In the middle section of about 2/3 of the open book is printed in a dark blue, in this central section on each language part. Left and right is where Bruce explains different historical terms, events, items or aspects of the time period of our ascendants. These middle sections are called shortcuts. There is also an index of all the shortcuts on page 11 of the book. The index of all the shortcuts are on page 11. They are listed based on their titles, position in which chapter of the book and on which page. Shortcuts allows us to put the Lauer family in its historical setting. An example is this one: explanation about the orphan train movement between about 1850 and 1920 in America. It may seem hard to believe, but thousands of children lost their parents after arriving in the USA, others were just left behind. The Methodist Church has a long tradition dealing with orphans, which we all should be proud of. The contents of the Lauer book is on page 10 and it includes and explains the 8 chapters in this book. The main time period and real focus of this book is between 1850 and 1950. This covers the births and deaths of Johannes and Eva Lauer in Germany and in the United States of America. This book also includes numerous QR code links to short videos and stories or explanations dealing with the chapter or themes in the book. Using your iPhone, cell phone, or iPad, you can connect up and watch the videos. On this double page 124, there is also a shortcut about my father's personal diary. He started it in 1883 in Germany. In chapter 7, Bruce will show you some of our distant cousins. Some Lauers and descendants of our Lauers still live in the village of Thungen, where my father Johannes was born about 170 years ago. Bruce chose this time frame of our great-grandparents because this is a past generation we personally were unable to experience, and it includes the birth, childhood, youth of our own grandparents in and near Nebraska, as sons and daughters of a German Methodist preacher, my father, Reverend John Lauer. In the last chapter, number 8, you can read about some of the numerous Lauer heirlooms and other family items that have been collected, documented, and photographed over the past 50 years of research. One of my favorites is this old crazy quilt from my sister Irene and my mother Eva Lauer. After my father John died in 1929, they learned to quilt from Eva's daughter-in-law Mina Lauer, my brother William's wife, who lived in nearby Franklin in the early 1930s. So please enjoy this book and a short glimpse into your own Lauer past. And for those of you who assisted Bruce in his research, he sends his thanks through me. Great Uncle Ernest Lauer, also a family archivist.